Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third party review. Today I'm taking a look at the fifth and final member from the Unique Toys Ordin line. This is the O-04 figure, Siegfried. Now I think Siegfried has taken his name from the German mythology of a guy that has no fear. Well, basically until he met a woman and then he experienced fear for the first time, and we all know that feeling, don't we? Anyway, this is Siegfried. This is Unique Toys' take on Hun-Gurrr, the leader of the Terracons. He is gorgeous, an absolutely gorgeous figure. If you saw my review yesterday of Hagen, you'll know that Hagen is actually my favourite of the series, but he is a very, very close second. Before I get started on Siegfried himself, I'm going to take a look at all the accessories that actually come with him. First of all, we get this really massive gun. Basically, we haven't had physical weapons with the teams up until now. So basically what they've done, they've released this huge gun which comes in a set with Siegfried, and it contains the 5 weapons. Let's just split these up. You've got these 2 rocket pouches here, which go on in combined mode. You've got a gun on top, like so. You've got this gun underneath here. This section tabs in there. Everything is tabbed in extremely well. Got this small gun here, and then these 2 here are plugged in. So you've got all of those. They're nice guns. They're quite simplistic, but effective, I think. Good coloration. Pretty much ties in with all of the characters. Sounds like a big kind of shoulder rifle. As you can see, that's going to form the massive gun for Abominus or Ordin. Nice use of the silver. Smaller pistol here. 5mm peg on every single one of these, so you can pick and choose which team member holds which weapon. This one's a really nice big cannon. I like that one. It's probably one of my favourites, this one. You've got these 2 shoulder pouches, or rocket pouches. They actually fit on the side panels of Abominus. Again, this is only a test shot, so final production qualities and colours may vary. You get these gorgeous swords, which are pretty sharp. Really, really nice. Love the curvature on the blades and the cutouts. So you get a vast array of weapons. You also get these shielded sections, which form the chest plates. Basically, when we get to the combining mode, we rotate this chest plate section around here. We plug these side shields in. We get 2 of those. And we also get a crotch plate, which I use as kind of a harpoon thing on his arm at the moment. But really, really nice colour. That gives us an idea of what the chest plate section is going to look like in Ordin's combined mode. Now, enough about the accessories. Let's just take a look at what is, in essence, a gorgeous, gorgeous figure. The original test shot pictures we saw of this guy had none of these paint applications on the chest. I'm really glad they've added those on. It makes such a difference. Really, really does break him up. I'm not sure if I like the black eyes on him. I think I prefer, like we've got with some of the others, with the kind of translucent-ish plastic being used. But they've kept him with a fairly G1 accurate resemblance. It is a very, very impressive head sculpt though, again with that very, very IDW-esque squarish chin. I do love the claws going over the shoulders. I like this chest section here with the really wide pectorals. It's got a very nice crotch. Never thought I'd say that about a robot. And he's just got a very clean, detailed look about him. Articulation wise, we do have a little bit of downward motion a little bit of upwards motion, not as much as I would have liked, can't really force that back any further. We have a full rotation on the head. The arms can go in and out on this socket here, which is going to be used for the combining joint. Very, very nice ratchets there. If you notice there, as I rotate that round, you have to pull the arm out to get it clear of that peg. So not the best clearance on those, but again, very, very tight joints. Nice upper bicep swivel, a nice double jointed elbow. We get wrist swivel with this guy. Unfortunately, that was missing from Hagen. Moving the back dragon kibble slightly, we've got a nice soft ratchet on the waist. The legs come out that far, go back that far. We've got a cut in the top, so we get a nice Van Damme split. We don't have any actual upper thigh swivel, although we do get an upper bend at the thigh. That's going to be used when we use the combiners port. But for now, it does give us a nice range of motion, a full flow there on that knee. As for the knee itself, we have a rotation and a 90-degree bend. No forward motion on the knee. We have an up and down motion on the foot, and there is still some pivoting within this area. Now let's address what is in essence just kibble on the back here. It's a big dragon's tail. I don't really know what they could have done with it. Maybe possibly made it fully collapsible, but yet they've made it fully articulate. So it swings and roundabouts, I guess. I actually like it. I think it adds to his robot bulk. And I think it looks to be part of him. It doesn't look like excessive kibble. It doesn't look like parts of a vehicle or something hanging off. I think it actually gives him character. What do you guys think? Here he is with the rest of the Terracons, all with their weapons in hand. Now, it looks like a scene from the Expendables, doesn't it? They're all packing some serious ammunition. I like to have him with the full shield combined on his arm and the kind of knife section on this arm. I'm going to be producing a full gallery for Siegfried. If you click on the information button up the top here, it takes you straight through to Ben's Collectibles where you'll be able to find it. Because this guy can really strike some dynamic poses and he looks fantastic with all of these weapons on him. A few Classics collectors out there. Here he is with the Classics Optimus Prime to give you an idea of scale. Here he is with Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. I think that's a scale that works. Here he is with Hexadron and Clone Droid. And here he is with Masterpiece Grimlock, so we can all reenact the Call of the Primitives. Best episode ever. Transformation for Siegfried is fairly straightforward. First of all, let's just remove the weapons. Let's put those over to one side for now. Pop that off and pop this off. It's pretty straightforward. It's basically what we've done with the other ones, but just a little bit bigger. So pop the hands up. Fold that up and you've now got the feet. Now the head flips down into this chest section here, but the only way of getting access to the chest section, you have to pop the arm section out and this arm section out like so, and now gives us free rein to open up the chest. And with the chest open, this section here is going to come undone, and basically we can pull this tab that now extends this section here, which allows us to put the head in that gap there. We can now close this section back up. That's now going to form the top half of the torso. That can be closed back off. And we can bring the neck piece up. And you see there's the tab slot here. It's going to plug in and just tab into place. We have a nice piece of gap filling on this side. We rotate this joint around, like so. And there's this tab here. Just untab this flap section, which reveals a hole here. The hole is going to line up with the tabs on the legs. We're going to make sure this leg is out of the way and just tab that section in like so. Come around to these back legs here, and if there's any joints at all I have any concern about at all, it's this one here, because this is a very rubbery plastic. You have to push that in, peg that one in first. He says like so, and now rotate the joint around, extend the leg outwards, and then we can just bend the fist like so. Finally, just bring up the dragon head and just open up the mouth. As you can see, I had to have a test shot here. One of the eyes isn't painted. Ah! That will be painted on the final product. That's obvious. This side's painted, you see. But yes, there we have him. That is a gorgeous dragon-esque mode. I really, really like that. There is an option to put the kind of armor section on. You can tab that onto the back here. Do we need it? I think he just looks very streamlined. He just looks very G1. You've got so much range of motion on the neck here as well, so you can be eating rocks whilst firing them out of his mouth. I just absolutely love this Dragon mode. It's fantastic, really is fantastic. I like to have this section here forward, but because I just like it being the spike being near the front. But the official transformation is if you just flip that up and you have it brought down, so you have these three in a line. But I think that leaves the neck crotch area a little bit exposed. Each to their own. Again, it's all to do with preference. We've got great range of movement on here. You've got the neck that can go up and down, left to right, the head swivel there as well. We've got full range of movement on the faces. They are on a ball with snappy jaws. You've got lovely range on the arms, those nice soft ratchets, twizzle at the knee, double bend there, and with the ball jointed feet. Again with the back here, ball joint on there. You've got a pivot that goes in and out. You've got double jointed knees and an up and down motion on the foot. Come round to the tail. Swivel, swivel, up, down. Swivel, swivel, up, down. Swivel, swivel. That's a lot of motion there just in a tail. He looks so aggressive and he looks awesome. For a size comparison, here he is with Prime, Soundwave, Grimlock, and Summoners. And here they are all transformed up together. And don't they look insanely good? What a fantastic Terracon team we have here. Really, really love how big he is. I mean, he is the leader of the group. He should be substantially bigger. He looks fantastic. They look fantastic. Bravo, Unique Toys. Bravo. Right, let's get Siegfried or Hun-Gurrr transformed into his combiner mode. Let's just take this back shield off. I've already placed the back shield together. Basically, these sections here just slide in and out. And you want to make sure for the combine mode that this circular section, I had it like this for his arm. Just make sure it's rotated around into this position, facing downwards. That's going to form the chest plate. First couple of steps, we're basically going to head towards the robot mode again, and then just with a few modifications there. So for now, fold the legs up, untab the tail, like so, and press the dino mouth things together and slide those up, because you're going to have a tab come from below here. If we approach this section in the centre here, we're going to flip the crotch plate back down if you decided to have that up. Untab these here. It's just tabbed in there. Fold this section down. Do the same on this side. Untab that. Fold this section down like so. Right, the next few steps are fairly straightforward, so I'll do them all in one go. Move the arm section back, so it's back here, and you can have your claw. Just move the claw out of the way for now. We're going to use that in a second. Come around to the back of the tail. Basically, this section here is going to flip down. That shows us the Abominus head. You can flip that up, and there's a tab under there that's going to tab in, like so. We can then close that section back up. Now this section that we've already freed up, just rotate it round, and as we bring that up, just move this arm out of the way. That's going to tab in there and come into the side of the chest as if we were going to be building the robot mode. Then put the shoulder claw back down. This arm here is going to rotate backwards, like so. You then want to bend this arm here, bend it back around. There's a tab under there, that tab's in there. And there's also a tab on the inside of this circle section here. That's going to tab the arm into place, holding the chest section together securely. And then you can just rotate the claw around and just bend that out of the way, and that's basically the upper torso. Next, let's tackle his legs. We want to rotate the waist around, so you've got the holes facing forwards. Then you've got these leg sections here, so you want to pull them up, rotate them round, rotate them down like so, swivel the dragon leg, just apply pressure to the top of the joint and the bottom of the dragon, and just push down. That then pushes this section out of the bottom. Just make sure this is fully locked into place. And then with this tab at the bottom here, we can then start to move it down. Very, very stiff ratchet joint, and that's going to plug into the top of our legs. Untab this chest section at the front, and there's one at the back. Just untab that, and we're going to bring these in, and the cannons slide in to the panels. There's just that T-hook in there, so you just slide those in, and then you want to close off the back section, which will then push together, there we go, and secure the ab section in place. Right, you should have a torso that looks something like this. You then want to bring in your chest piece. You're going to use this peg here, and these two pegs corresponding with this hole, this hole, this hole, and this hole. So if we start with these chest sections, line up these squares, so push that in, push that in, and just apply pressure to those. And this side, yep, and then we just correspond with these two sections on the waist. You in, line up, line up, line up, everybody line up, line up. There we go, that's plugged in. Let's just quickly rebuild his gun. We've got the four mini weapons here. This one here, this one here, and this one here are all going to tab, so that tabs in. There's a tab underneath, a tab underneath. Slide those in, and that's going to tab in like so. And then we want to just slide that one in, and that circular tab is going to slide in on there. You can then bring down the large combiner handle, and I like to bring in the swords. Put the sword in there like so, and the sword in there like so. Now that looks to me like a huge crossbow. Now with the Ordin torso ready, just want to pop out these pegs at the side here. They're actually quite tricky to get because they're actually fairly firmly located in there. Pop those out, and if you can see there's these tabs there and tabs there, and if we just bring an arm in just for show, you have to line those up. So line the tab up first and then you can locate it. So without further ado, let's get combining. Bring in the waist section. There's a hole just there, that's going to tab in on the underside. Just plug that in like so. And here he is, fully combined. He's a big boy, and he looks absolutely gorgeous. Really, really do love this figure. He is built supremely well. He holds together very, very well. There's a very, very tight joints there where they've joined, and obviously because it's a slit, it goes in and it locks into place, and you do have to turn it and then pull it out to make sure that it does disconnect. But it looks fantastic. That is a very, very good Abominus. Personally, for me, there is a few things I would change. The head itself, I'm a huge Call of the Primitives fan. I would like a more anime kind of style head for that. That's more of a Computron head in my opinion. So I'd like that kind of antennae thing sticking out. So maybe if we can get a third party or a fourth party to make a Call of the Primitive style head, that would be absolutely amazing. The arm joints and everything, they all hold together very, very well. You've got a great range of movement. The ratchety goodness is sublime. You do have a bend at the elbow. Obviously, if you decide to rotate the elbow and have it facing this way, then we do actually get a little bit more range. It does go up slightly higher. Or of course, like I mentioned in some of my previous videos, you can mistransform the legs, so you're actually using the joints, the leg joints on the actual single bots themselves, and you will then get a double elbow. The hands are on ball jointed fingers. You have a swivel at the finger there. You just have one bend on each hand, but they are all individually sprued. You have a slit in the inside of the hand so we can slide the gun inwards. The gun itself is quite heavy and he can't hold it in both hands, unfortunately. I would have liked for him to have been able to hold it in both hands. The waist does swivel. The legs themselves, if you lift up the flappy skirt section, they're on those joints which are no way near man enough to hold up the legs. I'm assuming that they will change the resistance on those, maybe tighten those for the finalised product, because the sheer weight of this guy, it's just far too robust for those joints, so we won't be getting any extremely dynamic poses from him. The joints on the legs, they're absolutely fine. They're on this tight ratchet joint which is part of Voyager figures. Again, we get a rotation at the upper thigh. The foot is on a swivel pivot, and the movement forward and back is on the lower foot. So other really than tightening those hip joints, they've done an absolutely sterling job. Leaps and bounds ahead of what they had with the Warlord figure. This is a true masterpiece in engineering. It's fantastic. I mean, as far as combiners go, that does look epic, doesn't it? Here he is with some other characters for a size comparison. As you see, he is a very good Gestalt size. Still much shorter than the Combiners War Devastator. Personally, I do think he fits in with the Classics Voyager scale much better than he does with the Masterpiece scale. But again, that's just my opinion. Highly recommended figure. If you haven't picked up any of this set yet, you should do. You are really missing out. Get it while you can. Until next time, guys, thanks ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to check out benscollectibles.com. And until next time, from myself and the mighty Ordin, goodbye.